MFer, I've been muted this entire time. Thank you for keep pursuing me to get me to talk so you can hear me. That is terrible. So I got this little thing right here. Let me show you. This little thing right here, it moves around when I'm moving on excitement, and then that button gets pushed when I'm doing too many things at once. So sorry for that. All right. Brad says sounds good, Mike, because there is no sound. All right. So, as I was saying, I was super excited with all that mannerism because I just finished Hot Shot 10. Pencils and inks are complete on the book. Very excited. It's the Big 10 issue. It's going to be a celebration issue for FSK. It's our first title where we get to put the number 10 on the issue number slot. And it's 24 pages, man. It's 24 pages. We added 2 extra pages for it to really get it in. What's up, Moana? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Doomsmith? What's up, Brad? All right, don't look like I missed anybody there. So we got plenty of stuff to talk about today or whatnot. Dig in. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is Chat and Draws, the show where I sit across the virtual art table with one of my friends and colleagues, and we draw comic books while I draw their character live on the show. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. Even if you want to, give me a dislike, because that gets the conversation going. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm a grown man. My college professors are way tougher than you ever will be. All right. So I am rocking one of the FSK Marvelous shirts here on my T Republic page, and I think you guys should go get them. Because they're awesome shirts. We have a ton of shirts on there. I just put the bit.ly link in there so you can go over there and go check out and make purchase of it. The shirts are normally $20. I think they're still on sale today for $13. But if you're not, they're still $20. Still a great price for a shirt. And we got really cool ones on there. This one happens to be one of my faves. And, it's an homage of the classic Marvel Comics logo or whatnot. But since I talked for 10 minutes, through a muted voice, let's not waste any more time. Let's get our guest out here and let's quit playing freaking games.
Here comes a new challenger.
What's up, everybody?
I'm clapping for the 10 issues, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I can't wait to get it out there. I'm going to hurt some people's feelings, man. They're going to be sad in this issue. We'll see. But introduce yourself. We'll start with Kyrun.
Okay. Well, my name is Kyrun Silvia. I am the founder of Taurus Comics, creator of Shaman's Destiny, Saw the Lightning Wielder, and Ruby from Planet Oz. I am a writer and artist. I also do a little bit of coloring, but I suck at that. And I'm a dad, and that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing my Mike Watson. Anyways, what's up, guys? I'm Chuck Pineau. I'm a writer and editor. You can find me all over the place. Right now, what I'm pushing is a bunch of awesome comics and books. We got Belial coming out right now. It's got 3 days left on Kickstarter. We've got this Cthulhu Invades Oz, which I'm so excited to hang out with these two guys about. And my novel, Essence House, is also on Kickstarter. So that's what's going on.
Awesome. And I'm actually getting the party started here. Doomsmith, who are you talking to? What about moms, man? Moms are off limit. I just put the link in there for
moms are off limits? What?
Yeah, Cthulhu Invades Oz Kickstarter. Pull up another tab and window and check that out. Who wants to tell us about what this large epic tale of 140 plus pages is all about, man? And then, let us know what you guys did on there in specific.
Go ahead, Chuck. You can do it. I know you want to.
It's not that I want to. I've done it an awful lot. I can do it, though. What's up, guys? Cthulhu Invades Oz is an anthology like none you've ever seen before. The really cool thing about it is it's a singular narrative. So instead, normally you'll have an anthology, and it's a bunch of different stories all in there. And in this case, Travis came to us and he had one story and he went, hey, man, I have a really cool idea. Let's do this one story and everyone will pick a character and we'll put your spots in there. And so each of these are kind of a moment in the invasion where we get to see that particular character and how they're handling it and how they're dealing with it. So it's like nothing I've ever seen before. And it's really been absolutely exciting to be a part of. And being a writer on it and bringing on talent such as Kyrun, who did the pencils and inks for our piece, and then also being an editor and seeing all the other work that everyone else has put into it, it's been absolutely nuts. So it's just been an amazing experience for me.
Yeah, I can tell. You've been on a few interviews, Chuck, and I've been on a couple of them with you. The excitement that is kindling from you on each interview is amazing. You just look like you're having a good time. You can't wait to get this book out, which I'm excited about. I got a small part in this shindig as well. But seeing all these creatives come together has been a nice feat to witness and watch from behind the scenes and to take part in it.
Absolutely, dude. My wife is one of the proofers, and so she's just read the whole book.
Mhm.
And so hearing her feedback, and then also my own reading and checking it out. I haven't done my full edits yet, but it's just it really is something to be excited about. And I'm glad that you noticed my excitement, because the thing is, I've been doing this for a month. Like, I've been pushing this book and Belial for over a month now, since the beginning of October. So if I'm still excited about it, I think at this point that's genuine. Like, you can take that as this dude's fucking exhausted, but he does truly love what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I feel that, man. I feel that very much so here. So, what am I drawing here? What do we have going on?
Well, what you're drawing is Scarecrow, this is the actual character Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. But Chuck had this idea of, after the whole initial Oz storyline, Scarecrow has now become sort of like aristocrat in a way. He's a little bit of a higher upper echelon character now in the land of Oz, and he's no longer the dim-witted character that we all grew up with. He's this sophisticated guy. So what you're doing is my take on him. I did a design that Chuck said, go for it, do what you want, but you want to just make him a little bit more high class. And I did as much as I could, and it came out pretty well, I think.
I think it came out great. I love what you did, homie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
We've actually gotten an awful lot of really good responses, especially one of the pieces we've been showing off a lot as an ad is when Scarecrow stabs the guy from behind. Because that's just not a Scarecrow move. And the way you did that, it's a visceral moment. And so people really feel that, and they're like, what the hell's going on? It's like, yeah, don't you want to read this now? Like, this is a whole other level.
Well, when you sent me the script, and I read it over, I was like, this doesn't seem like the Scarecrow I'm used to. He's more conniving in a way. He's not bad in any way, but he's just conniving. He's a little bit deceitful. And I was like, I really want to play on what you wrote. I want to make sure this is a darker Scarecrow than what we're used to.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to play with a lot of that, the idea that not only is he smart, because like when he gets his brain, he immediately is talking about the Pythagorean theorem and all this kind of stuff. Like, he's on another level. And even though a lot of us know it, that's not where we go right away. So I actually felt like, no, he's probably one of the smarter people out there. And so being one of the smarter people out there, where would that take him? How would he react to all of this stuff going on?
Now, how long did it take to come up with this story for this version of Scarecrow for you, Chuck?
Honestly, dude, not very long at all. And that's more a testament to my excitement for the story, but also to just kind of, I mean, Travis came to me right away. I'm one of Travis's dudes. We're very tight. We talk on the phone all the time. And I'm not a huge Cthulhu fan, but I played Call of Cthulhu. And that's a role-playing game. And the thing about the role-playing game is that, like with D&D, you could create this big, huge, amazing hero who ends up being awesome at the end. But in this case, that's not an option. Basically, your character either goes completely insane or dies. Those are the only two ways out in Call of Cthulhu. And so for me, I always wanted my character to go insane because I felt like I had gone as far as I could possibly go with that character. They survived, they got through, and that's the closest to winning you can get. So I thought and it goes back to the idea of the Cthulhu mythos and the idea that the more you learn about the magic and all that kind of stuff, the more it drives you insane. And so I thought, what if one of the smartest guys on the planet gets access to these magics? What would that do to them? And so that's where we get to go with this.
Okay. So your this version of Scarecrow that you guys made or went with, was he based off of anything particular? I know you had this idea and notion of him going crazy with the aristocratic rather with the magic and things like that. But was there any influence or inspiration to that from any other characters or anything?
Not specifically, not for me. I just more I kind of looked into like the books and stuff, and from what I can remember, he ended up working for Princess Ozma, and he ended up being one of her advisors. And I thought, well, they don't just make anyone an advisor. It must mean that you're intelligent and that you're able to give good advice. So I decided, I know that Kyrun had said conniving, which I love that word, and it's not necessarily wrong here. But for me, it was this level of logic where he was like, these guys are not going to be able to think on my level. They're not going to be able to understand the choices that I'm making are for the best for the realms. So rather than ask permission, I'm just going to go do them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, when I was drawing and after I read the script, I was like, I have to do my art game up to the level that Chuck was writing, because what he was putting on the script, I was like, all right, this is blowing my mind. The idea and the concept that he has on this, I was like, I have to up my game to what I normally do. So all the characters that are in there, from what he's battling, I did like a lot of research on what Cthulhu warriors might sometimes wear. So you'll see some of that. The wardrobe that he's wearing, I did a lot of going to watch some old BBC stuff, things like that, and just stuff here and there. Hey, BBC is good. I don't care what anybody says.
What's up, Jay, man? Thanks for tuning in. Cameron, how you doing? Go ahead, Cameron.
No. And I was like, I wanted to do what you see in Oz normally, have the Emerald Castle and things like that, and Yellow Brick Road and all those feels that you have, but still have this look that it's under attack. It's under a war. And I think I was hopefully able to do that successfully when you get the book.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so, dude. And actually, I wrote this this one panel that's very meta. And I was so excited for that. And to me, I was going to judge the whole piece on whether he could pull off that meta panel or not. Because to me, it all worked up to that moment. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. He totally pulled that off. Like it's in the second story, because our story is actually split in two. And so in the second story, we get there and we get to that panel. I was like, bam, he nailed it. We're good. I'm not worried about anything else. I wasn't worried about colors. I wasn't worried about anything. He nailed that. And so I knew it was all going to come together and be great. And he literally he made exactly what I wanted him to make. And then he threw gravy on top of it and cheese and made it better.
Gravy and cheese.
Gravy and cheese makes everything better. You all know it.
That sounds very gooey.
That's poutine, baby.
No, it's funny because like that panel that Chuck is talking about, when I read it, I knew exactly what I was going to do right away. Now, the couple panels before that, it has the character in a library with a bunch of books. And this is not spoiler anyway, but I was more worried about that because I was like, I have to draw a library with like hundreds of books everywhere. And I was just there for hours just drawing books because I had it at different angles and different perspectives. So I was like, I'm tired of drawing books.
I think you did so good on that, dude. Seriously, like it was the way when I wrote it, I was like, I didn't know how to make it exciting. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of one page and we were kind of slowly moving closer and closer through the library. And it was an important journey, but I was like, I don't know how to make this interesting. That has to be something Kyrun ends up doing. And man, did you pick up the mantle. And just, it came out really good. I love what you did, homie.
Well, thanks. I mean, when I was doing this, and we were in the Facebook group, and everybody was showing their progress. And you got 50 creators showing progress from like their scripts to their images. I was like, I don't want our group to be the last one. I don't want to be that section of the book where like, yeah, everything was good, but this section was bad. So I saw what everybody else was producing. I saw Mike's artwork that he was producing. I was like, I gotta bring my game up to another level.
Well, and that, so go ahead, Mike.
Thanks. I know exactly how that felt when I started looking at those names. I was like, hold up. Who's him?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, not him, and her. Oh,
yeah,
together? Are you kidding me?
I was like, all right, man. Let me dust this iPad off. I thought I was drawn. Let me see what I can do here, because I'm in here with some very prolific names.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be that last group where you're like the tail end, and everybody's like, I read everything, I just skipped over this part because it just wasn't that good. I wanted our page to stand out and be unique and be memorable. And I think we hit that. I think we hit that really well.
Yeah. Our team motto, I would say, really was, they're not going to see us coming.
Oh.
Like, we were these three names who, you know, we've done our stuff and we certainly have gotten stuff out there, but people don't know us as much. Mm-hmm. So we wanted, when our piece to come out, people go, oh shit, these guys brought it. Like, you know, even if we're not necessarily at the level that all these other guys are, we wanted people to go, oh, they're playing in the same field, man. Like, these guys, you know, it's not, we didn't want to rest on our laurels and kind of come out and go, we're not the best and we don't have to worry about that. Like, we really wanted to show off, in a sense, honestly. And just show, like, we had every right to be in this book. And we were going to show that. And even, like, I have to give some mad love to our colorist. Yeah, Alan. Alan Ellsworth, he did two things that were insane. Like, first off, it's just like, oh, he did good colors. That's great. But he added this filter to the pages that makes our because it's called the Treatise of Terror. So it already has, like, a very tome kind of sound, a very older feel to it. And so he gave it this filter that made the story feel old. And then when we end up going from Oz to Earth and then back again. And when we went to Earth, he was like, I have this really cool idea. And we were like, okay, yeah, run with it. Whatever you want to do, go ahead. And he ended up, when we went to Earth, he made it black and white. And that was kind of his nod to the movie. And I was like, oh shit, that's friggin' brilliant, dude. And so it really does. It gives this beautiful nod to the book or to the movie, and I just feel like our story hit on so many different levels because the whole team refused to just do something. Yeah, exactly. Because it is just an 8-piece story. You can just fucking throw it away if you want. You know what I mean? But none of us thought that way.
No, I spent too many hours to think like that.
And we had a little chat between the three of us, and we would go over everything. And hey, what are you thinking here? What does everybody think? Like, it was. We were a team. It was really nice. I liked our group.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I like hearing that type of stuff, man. I like it when creators feel pushed, not to, you know. I call it friendly competition because it's not that you're out to take out the other guy. You're just out here trying to, like, you use that energy to elevate yourself to try to bring out the best work that you can. Yeah. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. I'm trying to, like, I'm listening to these guys talk, man. I'm over here trying to bring it myself with this scarecrow on.
Oh, no, dude. And I feel like when we were in that Facebook group, everybody did seem to just try to elevate everybody else's work. Even if it wasn't their own section of the book, everybody's like, you know, that's good. And give feedback on things. So I think that really helps.
Mm-hmm. I think that absolutely does help, especially when you're getting it from a bunch of other creators. And just because you're getting the feedback doesn't mean you have to take every single thing that everybody says, but it's the fact that you're seeing different perspectives. And, you know, because there's so many options there, you can take what you want to take and use what you don't want to use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see here. All right. So we got Scarecrow, and I like this outfit, man. I feel like the drawing that Kyrun sent me here, I feel like he's the guy that got shitted on for a while, and then he finally walked into the office like,
yeah,
you know, I got promoted today, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's killing himself a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Like, absolutely, like, yeah. So you remember 2 days ago, you wouldn't give me a donut. You're fired.
Or it's like that kid in high school that was like the scrawny kid. Everybody kept picking on him. But then 10 years later, you go back to the reunion. He's like all flexed out and got money, and he's the talk of everything. That's what I wanted for Scarecrow. It's like I wanted everybody to look at him and be like, okay, he's a badass MF right now.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think everyone brought out. Everyone kind of hit on a different part of him and tried to flesh that out. Like I said, I really pushed the logic, and then Kyrun really pushed that kind of the aristocratic side to him. The fact that this dude has come up, and that was really well done. And then, of course, just the coloring and the way that everything came together. Like I said, Alan just really put his thumbprint on that just beautifully. So yeah, man, everybody brought it.
No, Chuck, there's a comment here by J-Man that says, is there any guidelines for do or don'ts when you're working with Oz? There has been different takes and genres of telling an Oz story since Oz is in the public domain. Do you want to answer that or not?
I mean, I can really. So first off, you can't actually reference the movie too hard. Now, our little black and white thing, that's fine. That's an homage. That's nothing big. They're not going to catch us on that because then you wouldn't be able to do a black and white story for Oz. So they can't get you on that, but they can get you on the Ruby Slippers. Yeah. The Ruby Slippers is not the book. The book is actually Silver Slippers. Mm-hmm. So we actually someone did make the Ruby Slippers, and we had to, as editors, come in and go, sorry man, you got to change that. That's got to be, they have to be silver. And so there were some things that we had to go through, and we actually had a guy and several people who were basically like Oz historians, and they would come through and you can do this, you can't do that, you can use this character but you can't use that.
I wish I had known those people when I did my Ruby from Planet Oz series, because I could have helped out too. It's just funny. I go from one series about a sci-fi take of Wizard of Oz to an anthology about Wizard of Oz. So it's just this just must be my Oz a year, I guess.
So is that why you approached him, Chuck?
No, let's be honest. I approached him because he's fucking good. And the fact of the matter is that Kyrun does not get enough love as a penciler. Kyrun often comes in as a writer and a creator and a supporter and all these other things, but his pencils don't get the love that they deserve, and often it's because of Kyrun. Kyrun doesn't, he gets other pencilers for his books and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, this time you're the penciler, where you're gonna be the guy that steps up front and really shows what he does. So that was a very specific move on my part. I love what he does, and I wanted people to love what he does just as much as I do.
Okay, all right.
I'm about to cry.
Dude, it's been too long since we've hung out, man. I'm getting weepy myself.
No, I appreciate it, because I mean, a lot of people don't know I've done now 7 issues of artwork on different stories. I've done over 11 or 12 different covers for myself and others. So a lot of people don't know that. Most people just know me as the guy for Saw, which is fine. I don't mind that Saw's my favorite character, but I do like the idea that people can see my artwork and appreciate it. And hopefully I'm able to do more things like this and more covers and, get some more work done.
This was a big field that you got that you were being able to play in. And so to me, it was really important that you got to come out and go, yeah, I get to stand up with these guys. And you totally did. You went toe to toe, and there was no one, like, I've already had several people look through it and talk about it, and no one went, it didn't do it for me. Like didn't get any of that. They're like, oh shit, I see what you guys are doing. Like we said all along, we're gonna stand toe to toe with the big boys, and we're not gonna back down. And none of us did, and that's very much including you, homie.
Thank you. And Travis put in the chat that he really, really wanted me on the book, and Chuck told me he could get him. What Chuck didn't say is what he had to do to get me on the book, and we'll have to. That's a little not safe for the stream talk, but yeah. Hey, I'm not cheap.
I paid, by the way. I paid.
I'm not at Michael Watson numbers yet, but I feel I'm not cheap, you know.
You might be after this.
I may need to see what those numbers are because I don't think I'm at Mike Watson numbers.
Mike's like, I don't think I'm at Mike Watson numbers. What are those numbers?
Let me just double check. Let me make sure we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have my people talk to your people after this.
All right, cool.
You can compare notes.
You're like, bank account. Yep, still overdrawn. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody told me kids would be so expensive, man.
Oh, dude. I just didn't think about it.
Yeah. I love the expression you're putting on that. That grimace is nice, dude.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I felt like from what you're telling me that's happened in the story, what I looked at in the book, because I haven't read all of them yet, I felt like that he is going to do anything possible to make this happen.
Yeah.
He's going to, it's going to be a fight. He's got 10 levels to get to the top to make this magic thing happen. And he's going to go through every damn level, broken bones, bloody lip, all of it. And I really wanted to kind of like capture that warrior in his face. Cause like he's tired of it.
Yeah.
He's been pooped on this entire time and whatnot. He's got the brains now. He knows what to do. He's been educated. He's got this job. He's obviously elevated himself, and he feels like no one else can get this thing done. So he's going to do it no matter what. He is the Bruce Willis of the Die Hard of Cthulhu Invades Oz.
Scarecrow McLean.
Right.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, right? No, dude, you know what? Actually, I fully agree with that story. We, that character in our story, he does everything. Like, he literally is willing to do whatever he has to do to make this happen. And so, yeah, I think your take on that is 100% right.
So are we trying to say that Cthulhu Invades Oz is a Christmas book then?
Yes.
So it's Die Hard? Okay. I just want to make sure.
You didn't see the Christmas tree? You drew it. Well,
hey, all I'm saying. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I was just saying, like, if you've got to fight to the finish, and you got to go through several different levels, it's Die Hard, man, and it's automatically a Christmas story.
Okay.
Especially if you release it around this time. We're in the holiday season. It's official.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
God. Now
I know.
Is the whole book for Oz done? Like, everything's done, right?
So there's some we're proofing right now, and I think there is some little prose pieces that they're polishing up to put in there. But yes, like all the pieces are in there. All the main comic stories, all the comic stories, they're in there.
And that's impressive for 140 pages of a book to get done.
I haven't heard of anthologies being done before the Kickstarter. I just haven't seen it. It almost never happens. And that's a testament to Travis, who kept on he didn't necessarily have to keep on everybody's butt, but I think it's a testament to he, rather than said, hey, who wants to be involved? He was like, no, you're involved. And he handpicked this, which is so cool because it makes you feel a little better for being a part of it because you were handpicked, but also he knew that these were people who were going to come in, they were going to deliver, and they were going to be professional. And I think all of us took that seriously because he did it like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, we got in trouble. Travis said we're spoiling some type of announcement tonight. I don't know what the announcement was.
I have no idea.
What did we say?
I don't know. I don't know.
We're talking about how Boss Scarecrow was in Die Hard. What did we
I don't know.
You making
he's got a
Cthulhu Invades Die Hard book?
I don't know, man. Is that the next anthology we're doing?
That's
if that's the next anthology, I want to try. I'm doing Samuel L. Jackson. I don't care.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, there you go. Die Hard Invades Oz or Cthulhu Invades Die Hard?
Cthulhu Invades Die Hard.
That'd be pretty awesome.
I mean, but Cthulhu might not be around after what we do to them.
True story.
Oh, okay. Alan Johnson says it was about all the stories being done, which I thought that was already known, but my bad. If I spoiled it, I'm sorry, Travis. I thought that was already on the website or something.
I thought Travis said that in one of our interviews.
Yeah, I was pretty sure.
It's all right. Blame Chuck.
I'll take it.
No, Travis.
What's he gonna do? Fire me?
Something about
Too
being
late.
Christmas related.
Oh, it's about it being you have to see it tonight, but it's Christmas related. Okay. All right, cool. Well, where can we see this, Travis? Because hopefully it's not on Facebook, since I'm not on Facebook anymore.
So it's they're doing one for indie event. That's it's funny because as soon as this is done, or actually probably a little bit earlier, probably about 5 minutes before the hour, I'm gonna duck out, go to my next interview, which is for indie event, and then immediately after my interview, the Cthulhu group is gonna come in and they're gonna do theirs.
Can I get an invite or something?
Hell yeah, man. We all talked about it on the Facebook group, but somebody. I'll make sure you get an invite, homie. I'll make sure you get an invite.
Cool. Let's see. All right. So there's a comment saying, is it hard to have a crossover with two different properties? Jay says in the 80s, he lived in Japan and was in a creative writers club. And then he was writing crossovers for 80s movies.
That's cool, by the way.
That is cool. Is it hard to write a crossover with two different properties?
It depends on what position you are in it. For Chuck, yeah, he's one of the people orchestrating the whole thing. Kyrun, no, he just gets a script and he gets to work.
Hey, I put more time into it.
Oh my gosh, he did. Holy crap.
I'm not discrediting the art, but I think this was a question of managing the properties and how they work story-wise.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
No, I agree, though. I agree.
It wasn't. You know what? I think when you really care about something, you don't notice how much time you put into it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you don't end up saying, "Oh, I put in blah hours." Like I have no idea. Like Kyrun said, and it's true. I definitely didn't put as much hours into the story as he did. But as far as writing it and creating it, I have no idea. I mean, 1 minute it was a thought, and the next minute it was done, because all of that time was just spent creating and being really inspired and excited by the concept and what we were doing. It felt so. How do you take two ideas, push them together, and yet for some reason it felt super fresh? And so it felt so fresh and different and new that I was just so invigorated. And I think a lot of us were just invigorated to go, man, let's just go have fun and see what comes out of this. So I have no idea.
Dude, I know exactly how that feels, because when I started to really flesh out the idea for the next story arc for Hotshot Unforgiven, and I knew what I wanted to happen, I flew through that. Like I got the plot done for 4 issues in one night. Then the next day I was working on the script and fleshing them out the next night. So it didn't feel like work at all. It just was like you got this beast of an idea floating in your head, and it is trying to get out.
I mean, I think it also depends on how much preparation you put into that work. I mean, if you're gonna love it, but you don't do the research you need and put in the work to figure out what the subject is about, it's going to be hard. So if you're not going to put in the research and do the time to figure out what you're writing about, it's going to be pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would be concerned about diving into a big project like this if I did not have support like I did. Like you said, you guys had to have Wizard of Oz experts, scanning through stuff for you just to make sure you caught all the little details. Because I've never read the book, so I just would have assumed red ruby slippers were a part of the lore.
Right.
And then, I'd have been cussing Chuck out like, the hell do you mean? I saw those damn slippers. They're in there. You said it's public IP. We're doing it. Chuck's like, Mike, no. Slippers were not in the book. Jeez, it's not in the book.
It's not in the book, young man. It's not there.
I just
and there was
I just
Go
hope
ahead.
her Dorothy's hometown is mentioned in the book at least one time.
Wow. Now I gotta look, because off the top of my head, I can't think of any time. Wendy, you just proofed the book. Did we mention Kansas at all in Cthulhu Invades Oz? Oh, it did get mentioned. She said like once or twice it came up. This is Chat and Draw, right?
Yes.
Chat and Draw. It's with Michael Watson. Wendy's
Yeah,
excited.
J-Man, I actually created some new characters for this. I have I think it's composed of 5 or 6 pages that'll be spread out throughout the whole book. But I created the worker bees. So that was tough on me, and I know exactly what Kyrun's talking about, because when I was seeing the stuff that everybody else was turning in, I was like, shit.
Well, okay, so I felt that same way when I was
something with these
watching. I was watching Brian Silveria.
Oh my gosh!
Dropped some pages, and I was like, I gotta go back and redo some of these. I gotta go back and.
He's so fucking talented, like just so good, and that one is nuts because it's Brian Silveria, which love what he does, and it's Greg Anderson Elisi, love what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nuts. And I remember actually Greg came to me and he's like, I want to use Scarecrow for a little part in this, and I have to come to you. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. And his piece came way before, like what he was talking about happened way before the onslaught, so to speak. So I was like, oh yeah, you could totally use it. But still, he came to me and he's like, yeah, do you want to read through it and make sure it's good? And I was like, okay, cool. I said, do you want to read mine? And he was like, oh yeah, okay. And so he read mine, I read his, and I was like, dude, this is really good. Did you just create a black wizard? And he's like, yeah, I did, dude. And I'm like, that's awesome. And I was really excited about the intelligence, the chess match, so to speak, that was going on, and the level of intelligence, because both of us were playing with very intelligent, logical characters. And so I really loved where he was coming from, and it was really cool to see him. And then he read mine, and he was like, whoa, did you just do what I think you did? And I was like, yeah, I did, dude. And he's like, that's messed up. I like that. So it was a very good experience, because there was an awful lot of mutual admiration for what everybody was doing.
See, that's cool as hell. So, man, and just a prime example, that's pouring over into me right now. Like, I'm hearing you guys talk about these characters. I'm like, man, I got to make this Scarecrow badass as hell, right?
Oh, you're doing it, dude. This is so good, by the way.
Like, I need him to be up here. Like I feel like this is him at the door, and he's like, I'm getting through this door. Y'all either you getting out the way or I'm going through you.
Now you can see the determined look on his face easily. So yeah.
Oh yeah. And he's getting through.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's the kind, like, when you guys keep talking about the story, that's the thing that just keeps chiming over my head. A man determined, a man focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, like, he knows what this is going to do to him, but he also knows with his intelligence, it's the best plan that we got.
Hey, Wendy, how are you doing?
So yeah, I'm digging this, man. I'm very much so digging this. This is one of the reasons why I do the damn show, man. Because I get to sit here and hear all these behind the scenes and hear you guys pick it apart and see how these puzzle pieces start to fit together. And I just think it just adds so much content more to the book and to the character, where you're like, you get that inside feeling.
I mean, I love that you do this. And this isn't, I'm not kissing your butt here. I love that you do this, because what you're doing is you're doing the natural thing that I think we try to do when we make comics anyways. And that is like when you have a writer and artist as separate entities, the writer's job, and the one thing that we want to do really well, is not only construct a good story, but inspire an artist to want to make it better, to want to take those visuals and do stuff that we can't get out. And so when when we get the opportunity to talk to you and passionate about this and really get you charged, this is what you do, is you take it and you bring it to another level. So I love this whole concept and everything that you're doing, man.
Thank you, man. That's I think you hit the nose right on there, man. Because that's how I feel every week. Because I'd say about half of the books I haven't heard of them, or I haven't gotten to read them until I get them on the show, and so it opens up my library to new content that I may have never even touched. Like, I may go out there and support them because I'm like, man, this dude's out here working. This lady's out here busting their ass to get this book out here. I see them out here promoting. I'm gonna throw some support that way. But that doesn't necessarily mean I get to read everything that I support. But with the show, I do get to peruse and check out this stuff. And I'm like, man, where y'all been at all my life? Moana in the building. What's up?
What's up, Moana?
I don't know Moana, but what's up?
Oh,
Moana, is that
very cool?
Moana McAdams?
Yep.
Yeah, great lady.
Yeah, she's super dope, man. She's got a lot of good stuff that she's working on right now. She's a novelist. She's got a children's book. She's working on comic books. She's got a clothing line. My girl's out here.
Yeah, she was doing masks and stuff right away.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yep. Yeah, she doesn't know what slow down and take a breath means. And that's good. That's honestly, in indie, that's almost a requirement.
No, I agree. I mean, there's so many times I'm just like up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes just trying to work, because that's usually the only time I can get some work done. You know, with kids and family, I'm like, any spare time I can, I'm either writing or drawing or something. So
yeah, I got things to the point right now where I work in the studio all day, but then I got a little table and a little chair. So now, I'll sit down and I'll hang out for a little bit, but then about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'll pull my little table chair out and I'll sit in the bedroom with my wife, and I'll still be drawing and stuff while we're watching TV.
That's pretty great. I mean, it's what we got to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we love doing this, right?
Yeah. I love how you asked that, by the way. Like, we love doing this, right? Right, guys?
Right.
Like, you do? Yeah.
I gotta make sure I still love doing this.
Please say we like doing this.
Please.
I've put way too much time in this for us to not like this anymore.
I mean, there's still people out there that just do this just because they feel like they're going to get rich. And I've always been under the impression that if you're going to do this to try to make money, it's not the best way. You're not going to be successful that way. But if you really love this and you're passionate about it and you really care for the medium, you're going to do pretty well.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that statement, man. I think, of course, I want to make money doing this, man. I do a lot of freelance. I move these comic books. Like, we got merch. We go to comic book conventions. I teach art or whatnot. But like, when I go to comic book conventions, money is the third thing on my mind.
What's a comic book convention?
Those things we went to so long ago. But like, I'm always trying to think of the experience. I need to make sure people enjoy my presence. I make them laugh, because my first thing is, if I can make somebody remember me by laughing with me, good conversation, and having a good time, they're gonna buy my book just because they think I'm a cool person, and then they just don't understand that I led them into a trap. The book's fucking good too. So you get home and you read it, it's like, oh shoot, I did like this. You're coming back for more.
Oh, that's so like Spaceballs for you. Turns out this is actually good, you idiot.
You didn't even know. Moana says, love y'all, thanks. I need these positive words. It's been a crazy week or two. Yeah, I understand, because me and Moana, we haven't even touched base on the project that we've been working on this week. We've both been so busy, but I can't wait till we get further along on that and we get to announce it.
Do you ever sleep, Mike? Because you got so many projects going on.
About the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hours when I hit the hay.
Yeah. And then you're up again with the kids in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
But the added benefit is that I've full-fledged dove into this digital world with my stuff. So this iPad goes everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if there's a slow period wherever I'm at, I just whip this out. If we're going places, sometimes my wife will drive, and I'll sketch. I'll work on my layouts and stuff on the iPad or whatnot. So this is definitely like I just finished Hot Shot 10, like I said, and this is definitely the fastest I've gotten a comic book finished, even taking into consideration all the other stuff that I do. I got this done rather quickly.
That's cool.
I've been trying to get into an iPad. I have a friend. His name is Dan Bethel. He's also a comic creator. He creates one of my favorite comics, and if you haven't checked out, you should. But it's called Long John. It's a Western comic, and he's been traditionally just paper and pencil for the last 4 or 5 years. And he just got an iPad this year, and he's like, I laid out the entire book in about a week. He's never done that fast, and I'm like, I wish I had the money.
Hey,
I've
man,
heard it's a game changer.
It is. I will recommend, until I'm blue in the face, getting an iPad. It is just incredibly convenient. The program that I'm using right now is Procreate. That bad boy is $13. And the only thing that I can't do in Procreate right now is really text the way I could in Photoshop. But drawing, laying out, painting, structural, perspective and stuff, I can do all that in here. And like, it's a book, man. I just throw it in my bag and I'm good to go. And then if I'm really out in the streets, this will charge it up 2 more times.
That's awesome.
Okay, so there's a comment. It's from Wendy that asked me how my kids were doing with remote learning. And she asked if I still had 5 kids doing distance learning, which I actually had 6 kids at one point in my household doing distance learning. That has been cut down to 3 as of 2 weeks ago, because I had my 3 nephews living with me for a while until they found their own place.
Okay.
Congratulations.
It was 4 teenagers, a 6th grader, and a kindergartner all under one roof. It was a lot of work, dude. A lot of food was consumed.
And wasn't there like 40 cats and dogs and shit? Like,
we had 9 dogs altogether.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And one roof?
Yeah, under one roof, man. 3 adults, 8 kids. 3 adults, 7 kids, 9 dogs. Yeah,
you're all outdoor dogs now. All of you. That's what's happening.
I appreciate you, man, because I would have got my Rick Grimes on with them dogs. That's too many.
Well, I mean, they're family, and the 6 of the dogs were puppies, and so I couldn't kick out 6 puppies and 2 other dogs. I love dogs myself, so I'm like, I can't do that.
You're so nice, Kyrun.
Thank you.
I hate to say it, guys, but I got to run to the next one.
We don't want you here anyway, so that's fine.
That's fair. Yeah, this is the Kyrun show in a lot of ways.
It is. I want to know who has the most appearances on your show, Michael, because I'm at 3 right now, so I want to know how many more I need to get the title.
I think you need 2 more. Danny J. Quick has the most appearances right now.
All right.
Oh, dang.
All right, let me go work the corner for a couple more weekends, and I'll get the money. If it's Danny's, I got to take the title from Danny somehow.
Oh yeah.
I love how everyone takes a personal investment in taking down Danny J. Quick.
Well, if he didn't have like 1 million followers on TikTok, I wouldn't care. But he got like too many people on TikTok following him. I can't. I got to have something.
Yeah, don't even fight him there.
Don't even fight him there.
Nah, ain't worth it. No, that's his ground. You fight him somewhere else.
I'm going to Snapchat then, damn it.
He's not there.
All right, boys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much, Mike. That's looking beautiful.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you're killing it. Kyrun, I miss you, buddy. We got to do this again real soon.
Anytime. Let me know.
Sweet. Much love, guys. Take care.
All right, man.
All right. So now that he's done, you want all the juicy details about Chuck?
Yeah.
All right. He likes to eat. He likes to eat, and he's a hell of a guy, and he's really nice. That's all I got.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. No. Oh, this is really good, man. I appreciate you doing this, by the way.
Hey, I appreciate you guys bringing the character onto the show, man. Shoot.
So are you going to do like a worker bee image for your own chat and draw?
I got Travis on here next week, and then I'm doing another one for Travis for this Kickstarter with more artists and stuff on here. But I think we're gonna do I think we're all gonna just like 3 of us or 4 of us are all gonna draw together on this thing, you know. And actually, let's see where the hold up. Just trying to get my man's cuff right. The Kickstarter. Where is it at? I thought I had it up. I think we got 15 days left on it. Yeah. 15 days left, 338 backers, man. You got to love that. 338 backers. We're at $13,324. We need to hit 20,000 for the book to come to life. All right. And this book is virtually done. Yeah. They're in the editing stage. So it's not going to be a long wait for this one, people.
No, I mean, you're going to get this. It says, I think it's next month. Once it's funds in 15 days, you're getting a book in December for Christmas. So that's crazy. I mean, that tells you how close we are on this. There's not going to be anything to stall this. We don't have to worry about any of the artwork. All that's basically done. So you're getting the book no matter what.
Yeah. Katie says she loves the expression on his face. Thank you, Katie. Like I said, I'm going for a determined scarecrow here. My man is on a mission, and nothing is stopping him.
Oh man, no, I mean you're doing a great job as usual. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a chat and draw where you don't draw something good. So,
man, I appreciate that very much. So, man, the other reason I do this show is to challenge myself and help me create, help me become a better artist. And I forgot to do this while Chuck is here, so let's go ahead and get these in here. But Chuck is a part of a couple other Kickstarters. I'm putting those links in there as well.
Yes, you got the Essence House Kickstarter going.
Yeah, Chuck is all over the place, man.
If you don't know what Chuck does with Essence House, that is an audio book that he does with Eric, and I can't remember Eric's name right now. That Eric Cockrell, and they're doing a Kickstarter to make their audiobook into an actual novel, and that's like I think it's like only $500 left for that one to fund. And then he's got Belial, which this is issue 2 for their Belial Kickstarter, which that's a co-creation with Sean Barbour.
Okay.
And that one's already funded, but they still have a couple more days. I think they have like 2 or 3 more days left on that one. And I love Belial. That is a funny ass book. It's basically Chuck. It's like everything that Chuck jokes about, things like that. That's what Belial is. It's crude humor, but it's got a lot of heart and story, and a lot of the stuff that he put into that, I think you'll see in this book too with Oz. So he's a good guy. I can't wait to read all of his stuff.
Where am I at here? I think I got. Oh, that's the face. Merge these 2 layers down, and I'm starting this next one for the hand.
Man, don't screw up on those layers.
Yeah, man, that'll get you. You got to pay attention to your layers.
That happens to me all the time. I've had that happen.
And if you can, man, they just made it so you don't need to get the Pro. You can get a regular iPad to be able to do work. Because that's what I'm rocking right now, but I do want to upgrade to a Pro. You can just get so many more layers in here, and that's what's so helpful when drawing these things, because you can just add a layer, and edit out whatever mistakes you want and just draw over it, and just the flexibility in it is ridiculous.
You see, I use Clip Studio.
Okay, Clip Studio is good too.
Yeah, that's what I've been rocking for about 5 or 6 years now.
Now, that's the one thing I will say I do not like on iPad. I do not like Clip Studio on iPad just because it does not have all the options. There's certain things you can't download because it's iPad. It doesn't work with the iPad. But for a desktop program, man, I absolutely love Clip Studio.
Yeah. I originally started just doing all my work on paper, and I scan it and I use Clip Studio to color it. And then my friend was like, "Well, why are you inking it when you can just ink it in Clip Studio?" I was like, I'm not used to working with that. I'm old now. I don't want to learn something new. And then it was like one of those things where I started buying more paper for more issues. I was like, this is expensive buying paper all the time. Let me try doing just a couple sketches here and there using it Clip Studio. And then now I'm like almost all digital. I don't think I've drawn on paper outside of conventions in a couple of years now.
Hey man, I had a commission to do, and I had to do it traditional, but I needed to restock on my markers. I was going through Amazon looking at these prices like this is outrageous
You use
because I haven't bought
Copics?
supplies in so long.
You buy Copics or what do you use?
Oh no, I get the cheap joints.
Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? I love my Copics, especially because I can refill them, and because Copics are expensive, but they're worth it. They are worth it.
They are. I do enjoy Copics, but I'm not doing super tight work when it comes to my colors on my commissions or whatnot. My coloring is more of a sketch style itself. So I don't feel like I've needed to upgrade to Copics. It's another habit that I just don't want to get into. It's just, I mean, I love them, I respect them, but I've been able to find some stand-ins that help me get the job done.
Well, I'm trying to learn that there's people out there do the Copics with the Prismacolors color pencils. They do like a blend of that, and that's what I'm trying to practice on more and more because that's a cool look that they have when they do that. I don't know if you've seen anybody do that.
No, I have not, but I'm sure I probably have seen it and not realized that was the thing.
Yeah.
Wendy, how hard is it to transition from freehand to traditional pencils to digital? Actually, when I look back and think about it, Wendy, it's not hard. It's just a matter of doing it. I'd say I am 2 years in the game right now doing digital artwork. If you're a person that draws, you'll be able to adapt to it quick.
Yeah, I actually found it harder to go from digital back to pencil more than it is to go from pencil to digital, because when you start doing a lot of digital, you get used to the ability of, erase and undo pretty quickly. Whereas when you're going to pencil, you got to be really on your game because you can't really undo something that well.
Hey man, I had, like I said, I was working on that commission, and I was tapping back on the paper, like I was like, why isn't it erasing? I forget that I was drawn. With regular paper.
Right, this back button don't work. It's broke.
I was getting heated too. Like, why is it still there? Oh man, I'm out here, man. I need to go lay down.
Oh yeah. So Katie said there's art materials are ridiculous, and I agree. They are ridiculously expensive, and I don't think a lot of people that don't do art realize how much it is. I mean, even just paper itself can be expensive. I mean, you would think it's cheap, but not. Even paper itself is expensive when you start having to get it in rolls and sheets and things like that. Thank you, Moana, for the back.
Oh, Moana, thanks so much. Wendy, all you got to do is keep trying, man. Keep doing it. Art is the one thing that I think, if you keep doing it, you just have to find what works for you, and you can do art.
No, I totally agree. Actually, when I was in college, I did a speech course for a semester, and we had to do an instructional speech in front of the class. And what I did was how to draw. I showed everybody how to draw a face, showed how to use the objects as reference, and that was my whole speech. And I got like an A on it. But my whole premise was, as long as you know the basics of drawing, you can draw, and you just need to practice more on that, and you'll get better at it.
Nice.
Wendy's making fun of you. She says she uses a mechanical pencil on her sketch pad.
I do. I use a mechanical pencil. Actually, it's in here. Like, I got my lead and everything. I still. So what I've started doing, because I do prefer to do the digital. I prefer digital. I charge more for the traditional work than I do the digital. So if I'm at a comic book convention, I'll charge $75 for a full color commission, but I'll charge $50 for a digital joint, and I'll email it to you right when it gets finished.
I see what you're doing over there. That's smart.
Trying to do this thing they call marketing.
It's hard, especially in 2020.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully next year we can go back to those things you were talking about, those conventions. I'm still, my plan is to do a convention on the East Coast, meet up with some of you guys, because I love doing the West Coast things, but I want to expand and go out to that area.
I want to get out to the West Coast myself, and that's what's kind of depressing about it is that I was making my way towards more of the center of the country this year with my comic book conventions as I was getting to go to more shows and stuff, and I was getting a bit more acknowledgement as a creator. But then COVID struck and all that got shut down.
Yeah. That just gives you extra time to prepare for next year.
True that. True that. I would love to come to Texas. What up, Morgan?
What's going on, Morgan? Long time no hear, man. I'm scared to go to Texas, honestly.
Why?
I've just heard some stories from a couple brothers about going to Texas. So
Well, I can understand that. I'm more concerned about the insects and the heat, the wildlife. I don't like none of that stuff.
I'm okay with the insects. Wildlife, depending how big it is, I have my limits. Heat, I'm fine with, but wildlife, depending on how big it is, nothing over a dog for me.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for Peter said he can't wait for conventions. Morgan back, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm waiting on Lumberjack. Morgan, what's going on with Lumberjack?
That's in process. We got some stuff in the kitchen on that. I'll say it's on the stove right now.
Okay, it's on the stove. Is it actually cooking or just sitting on the stove though?
No, it's actually cooking.
All right.
We adding them spices to it.
Oh, it's flavorful. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Morgan said he thought he'd done it. I appreciate that you did, man. We're getting really close. I think we'll hit it.
Yeah, I think we will too. I think it's gonna be close though.
Yeah. See, Moana knows what I'm talking about, those sundown towns. She was watching Crap Country too. Yeah.
Well, your boy, if I go to Texas, your boy don't plan on going out at night. Hotel room,
lock it up.
Ordering food. If there is not a place to eat within 2 blocks of the hotel room and the convention, we started this thing. That was, dude. That we started really reinventing the way we were going to shows. Man, last few shows I went to with my brother Ren McKenzie, we would stop at Kroger. Once we figured out where our place was, where we're staying, we went to the local Kroger and we bought we went in like $40, $50 worth of food for the weekend. We didn't eat at the show because we made sandwiches and brought snacks and water and stuff there. And, we had these little things that we got for dinner and stuff. So we were good. So we, if you really don't pay attention to what you're doing out there, man, you spend a lot of money on food when you're out at a comic book convention. Yeah. And you don't realize it.
I remember one time I was on a convention in Nevada with my friend Michael, and it was the end of the first day, and we're tired. We had just drove up. And he's like, let's just go out to Red Robin because it was right down the street. And I was like, all right. Get there, ordered some fries, couple drinks, some food. Next thing I know, it was like $80. I was like, well, damn. I'm already used up my profit from the first day.
Red Robin ain't playing, man.
Yeah. No, not really. So I'm like you. I'll go to the grocery store the day before if I'm doing like an out of town event, buy as many snacks that I need for the food, and then bring like an ice chest or something, put everything in there so it stays fresh. I don't want to do I don't want to spend all the money I've been making on all the other stuff if I can't.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Because that I do. I try to look at each show that I'll go to, and I try to gauge like a dollar amount that I want to go for, like a dollar amount that I'll be happy with, a dollar amount that I actually shoot for, or whatnot. And then I put I do that at the beginning, and I put that in the back of my head. It's funny when you go to these comic book conventions and how much of it is mental, because I'll walk around the whole show floor to see what's out there. What are the things that what's possible for other people to buy, what's eye catching, what's drawing my eye as a fan, what's drawing my eye as a creator. Then I go back to my table and I may rearrange or reset up some things, or I'll try to look at, all right, well, what am I selling things at? What can I do to try to keep me in the fight or whatnot? But it's just a constant mind thing. But then once the show starts, all that's erased. I'm an entertainer. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to get you in. I'm here to make you have fun. I'm here to make you remember me. We're gonna talk about Man of Steel. We're gonna talk about Avatar. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna take pictures with cosplayers and stuff like that. So it's for me. I don't know about anybody else, but it's a constant flip of back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I mean, for me, I'm like that too. I'm always thinking, what is this show? Because every show is different. So when you go to one show, it's going to be completely different from the last show you went to. And even from day to day, some of the shows are different.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly look at what everybody else is buying. What are people lugging around with? Because you can tell sometimes the type of people that are actually buyers and some that are just lookers. And sometimes you can look at somebody like, okay, you have a big bag with you, which means you're probably going to buy something. So let me get your attention so you can buy this.
Yeah.
Or, you'll get that mom that has 4 kids with her. You're like, yeah, she's probably not going to buy anything, but maybe if I can get her kids' attention, I can maybe convince them to get her to buy it. So it's always looking around, trying to see what you can do, find out what you can.
Dude, the funniest customer that I've gotten is the mom or the parents, the mom or dad or parents together that come over there looking at my stuff, and then they'll be like, oh, this is really cool. You want this? You want to get one of these? Tell me which one you want, son. How about this one? Look, this one looks really cool. You know what? Just pick something. Just pick something, and I'm gonna buy it for you. And I'm looking at this kid like, just get something, man. Like your dad is just willing. Your mom and your dad's here to just want to buy you something. Just do it. And they walk away and don't buy anything. And I'm like, forget you, kid.
Yeah. All right, I got a story like that too. Then I was at a convention and we had all the displays up, and this kid was at the table next to us, and he was looking over their stuff, and he kept eyeing, he kept looking back and forth at our stuff and the table he was standing at. He kept looking back at us, and after the 3rd or 4th time, I looked at him. I was like, "You like it? You like the work? You want to come over here look at it?" He's like, "Nah, it's not that good. I don't want it." Oh. Emily's work. Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 7-Eleven sandwich and chips. I'm good. Yeah, dude, it was so awesome because I got a Kroger card, so I was getting, we getting them savings when we were hitting the Kroger.
I see. There's no Kroger's over here, so I'm trying to think what would be the equivalent of that here.
Let's see. A Meijer, maybe.
Nope, nothing here like that.
Well, our Kroger's our grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah. We got
our big grocery store. It's not. It's under. It's under Walmart. It's not a Walmart. They got a few different things there, but it's our grocery store. I wouldn't say it's a Walmart.
Yeah, we have Ralph's and Bel Air, things like that. I think they're all under the same brand. So, but you're right. I mean. Juan is up here listing the cities not to visit.
Hey, I love it in her because I ain't know.
Thank you for looking out. I appreciate it.
Hey, Lovecraft was not just for entertainment.
That show blew my mind a lot. Not even just the horror stuff, but just the factual parts that they input. That show was crazy. It was one of the best shows I've watched all year. Oh,
absolutely. I agree with you, man. I enjoyed it severely.
They had a podcast, like an after party podcast. Did you ever get to listen to that at all?
Dude, I fought it for so long, and then I finally caved. I was like, every show does not need a damn podcast. I don't care how good it is. Every show does not need a podcast. And then about 6th or 7th episode, me and my wife is down there listening. Like, tea.
Yep. It was great because I loved how the podcast didn't just talk about the story itself. They talked about a lot of the cultural aspects of the show and how we, as a lot of Black people, looked at the show and were like, "Yep, I went through that. I feel that. I understand that completely." And I watched it with my wife, and she's Asian, so she didn't understand a lot of things that they were going through. But it was hitting me hard. It was like, God, I remember. My family's from the East Coast, South Carolina. And I remember going there sometimes and having those experiences and just thinking, man, I don't want to die today. I don't. So that show was crazy.
Yeah, it is super crazy, man. Um, and that's what was throwing me off. I was like, "There's no safe space for them, man." They're
Mhm.
like when you deal with these horror movies, like if the sun was up, you're 90% time you were safe, but the sun's up, they still 100% dead.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And it kind of
Oh,
made you, dude. And it made me more upset because I'm like, you got time to be racist, and there's whole vampires out here, dog. They don't
thank
care
you.
about the color of your skin. They want that red blood, and we all bleed red.
Exactly, and it's funny that people think about that. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. That racism still is so ingrained in your head that that's the first thing that jumps out at you. You know, and it's sad that we're still in the society that we have to deal with this crap.
Yeah,
My mom, I remember my mom growing up, and she lived through the civil rights movement, and she used to tell me the stories about what she went through on the East Coast,
hmm
and I was like, man, I don't think I could even survive half the stuff she tells me. Like, so I have full appreciation for everything her generation did for me and my children and so forth. I mean, I can't imagine if we still had to go through, and we still are going through some of those things
Oh
to a
yeah.
degree.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, that's been exposed. Like people have really made themselves comfortable
mhm.
with coming out. So I know racism exists. I know racism's there,
Yep.
but to the degree to see how many people are still racist is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. And I had to tell my 17-year-old, the whole story because he just got his license. So I had to explain to him when you get pulled over with a cop, this is what you do. And
hmm
he was like, wait, why? And I was like, you poor boy, you just don't know yet. And that,
Yeah,
I'm glad I at least have been able to keep him safe to where he didn't have to worry about those things. But now that he's driving, he's going to have to experience it at least once, I'm sure. I'd
yeah,
rather have him be prepared than have him be some type of statistic or, on the news.
absolutely right, sir. It's messed up, but
Moana wants to know what type of iPad you're using, sir.
uh, I just got the regular one. It is not a pro. I believe it is 3 years old. It's a 3-year-old model, just a regular iPad. It is these measurements are so funky, but it's not the biggest one. Um, if that helps. Boom.
We're getting behind the scenes look right here.
Yeah, you are. Or whatnot. I'll look it up when I get down off of here, Moana, and I'll text it to you. Try to finish off this crow.
You're almost done. You are almost done there, man. So what's going to happen with this piece after we're done with it?
Oh well, this is y'all's to do what y'all want. I'll be adding it to the art book and stuff for volume 3.
All right, so we got to talk to Travis, see if there's maybe something we can do with this. Because I feel like this could be added on as a reward or stretch goal or something.
That is what people have been doing with them, and it really, like, a couple people did it before you, but it really kicked off after that cover I did for you for your issue number 3.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice. That cover you did for me was sweet. I made that into my my phone background.
Oh, that's what's up.
So see, bam! Look at that. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it. That's what's up.
Oh snap! We just jumped up like $300 on the
Oh,
Kickstarter.
yes, you did. 341 backers.
Damn. Oh, I
That's
don't know if
what's
that
up.
was us, but hey, I'll take it.
Thank you, y'all. 13,606, 341 backers. We got 15 days to get a little less than $7,000.
J-Man, I agree with you about the last 4 years. I don't try to get too political nowadays, but I agree with you, man. Doom Smith wants to know how you're broadcasting this in real time. Is that what do you use, StreamYard?
Yeah, I'm using StreamYard. I got a Logitech 1080 DPI camera. That's like 25 or 30 bucks on Amazon. StreamYard is a real easy setup for all this stuff, man. It makes streaming super, super easy. I tried to use OBS, which is a free program, which is great, but it's too technical for me. I don't have the time to try to figure out and do that. StreamYard is pretty dang basic and easy. They break it down for you.
Morgan, don't get too political. We don't want to scare off some people. It's just sad that we can't have discussions anymore about things like politics without people getting pissed off and yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I secluded myself to just do my comics and then not even worry about that kind of stuff. I voted as I did every year I could, but I try and just avoid that kind of stuff nowadays. It gets too heated.
Hey man, I respect that and understand that. Sometimes people get real crazy about things, opinions.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It's opinion. It's my opinion. No, but we got to be able to come together nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I also love this perspective that you have, that shot of the hand out in front like that. That's nice, dude.
Thank you. I wanted to have him like he's getting ready. He's loading that hand up for some magic casting.
Morgan's killing me.
He out there acting up.
He mad because I told him don't get too political.
Save it, Morgan. You're gonna need it, man. We got, there's still work to be done.
We got a long road ahead.
Oh, Moana did introduce me to StreamYard. Yeah, man. I think the crow's done.
It looks great.
Actually, he's not. I lied. I'm sorry.
You putting a little shine in those shoes?
Yeah, man. I saw it. I was like, I can't leave them shoes like that. They need a little bit of a shine to them. How you feel about this Miles Morales game that's coming out?
I can't wait. I just finished Spider-Man like not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I am excited for this. And the visuals on that PS5, whew, that even just the texture of his hair just looks amazing.
I don't really care about the visuals. I'm more like, I'm not getting the PS5 because I still feel like the PS4 still got some time in it. But the one thing I am impressed with is the virtual no load screen. They put up the PS4 version versus the PS5 version and started them both at the same time. By the time you got to the title screen on PS4, Miles Morales was already in the city swinging.
That's crazy.
And there's no load screen when he goes in a building. Like those moments when Spider-Man does the acrobats and he goes through like tubes or underwater bridges and stuff like that. That's how he transitions from outside to inside a building. There's no load screen from it. He just goes up and jumps out into the city.
So there's nowhere like still frame with Spider-Man in some weird pose. It's just all.
Yeah, it's just all like it's all street.
Jay said, but it's only 7 hours long. What? That can't be right. Spider-Man.
It may be 7 hours long on a straight playthrough. It is what's considered more of an expansion than a full game, which is why it's only $50. But the main story probably is 7 hours long, but there's probably enough content for 25 to 30 hours.
Gotta get those side quests in.
Oh, absolutely. But I was pissed about it at first, but this is actually, when I sat down and calmed down, this is actually what I want them to do with video games. Like, with the I still don't think the graphics are going to be that much better, but I can admit it if I'm wrong or not. But with a game like Spider-Man, there's no need to come out with a whole new Spider-Man game. Spider-Man 4 is the base. Give me an expansion like World of Warcraft does. World of Warcraft has done like 10 expansions on that one thing, and they kept upgrading. That's all you guys need to do.
And Warcraft hasn't even upgraded their graphics since what, 9? It's been out there since like early 2000s.
Dude, they literally just now started upgrading their graphics.
But it's not even that much of an upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like little tweaks here and there.
Absolutely. Who you telling? I agree with you.
Hey, I played World of Warcraft for about 5 years straight. My Orc Hunter was one of the best in the land.
Best in the land?
Best in the land. All right. My wife played Undead Priest. We were a tag team couple there.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
We had our games. We had our little computers right next to each other. We did that for, like I said, 5 years straight almost. Mm-hmm. So I played it for a while, dude. And I know all about that, man.
Yeah, I played it. I didn't play it as long as you. I had a roommate, Phil Carter. We were out here kicking it, and he got me into it because he was like, "Man, get it, because it'll work on Mac, so you guys can play it on Mac." And I played it every day with him for a straight summer. Mm-hmm. Every day, I went to work. I came home. I played the game. I got up. I played the game. I went to work.
Yep.
I saw that, and I was like, after a summer of that, I was like, "Nah, dog. I play video games, but that's too much. That's too much."
I remember there were times like when there were a new expansion come out, I call my job, be like, "Hey, are y'all busy today? Can I just come in a little bit later?"
Look who's here.
Oh my God, it's Travis.
So first thing first, I had the best Orc Hunter in the game. So you know, all right, I will load up my account right now. Right now.
Don't be lying. Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
My character's name was Shulva, based off of the line in Stargate, the series. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, my character's name was Kill 'Em All because I killed them all. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Whatever. So I wanted to jump on real quick. I've got the stream at 9:00. Which I heard you want to be on, Kyrun. I can give you a link, no problem. We'll figure out how to get that to you on one of your other platforms that are live. But I wanted to thank you for all this hard work. I've been appreciating. I've loved the backers that we've got. We got 3 backers during this campaign, during you guys' live, and it's been fantastic, man. I really appreciate it. I love this piece. What we're going to do with it is it'll definitely be a pinup in the book. We'll throw it in the book right away because why not?
Okay.
The question is, Watson, do you want to? So on the 17th, I don't know if you know, but I am not going to be on your show. It's going to be someone else, my friend.
Oh, okay.
I'm sending some people to you to do your stuff, which I think you'll be really excited about. You're going to be doing TikTok with the people who created TikTok.
What?
Yeah. So do you want to continue to add to this piece? Add TikTok to the same piece?
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. That's the greatest thing about digital, talking about digital.
Just like a writer, be like, yeah, let's just add more to it. And it's okay.
So,
that's
yeah, you're going to be doing that. And then, yes, there is a third one where we're going to all hang out and draw and do some cool stuff. That is the third one that we're scheduling. But yeah, man, this campaign has been great. I love you guys and thank you guys for your support. You guys are both in it. I love you guys being in it. You guys are both, I believe, I might not speak. I know Michael Watson wants to be in. He wants to write a full-on story. He's done with this small B stuff. He wants to get in on this.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. So yeah, I definitely want to jump in there.
Well, I actually privately got to talk to you soon because I have a proposal for you, good sir.
All right. Well, as always, as you are well aware, I'm always here.
and the more cash you send, the more likely he is to talk to you. I understand.
There you go. There you go.
We out here. I love it.
We out here.
But this has been a completely amazing collaboration, man. I've had a great time doing it. And I really tip my hat to you, sir, on the promotion trail because you are out here busting your ass for this.
Yeah, it's not just me though, man. And what's good about it is like Kyrun and Chuck. Like I know Kyrun's not on Facebook right now, But he's been posting it. He did an update for all his Kickstarters. He's been on Twitter doing his stuff in his little worlds that he's in. But Chuck's been doing it. But like someone like Stoney Williams, who I had no real relationship with, that guy has been killing it, doing all sorts of stuff. All these guys are really, really stepping up and being part of this. And it's going to show, when I pick, because I'm going to hand pick the next one too. And the people who are out there hustling are the people who are going to keep going with this, man. Like, it is what it is.
Is that next one going to be Die Hard Invades Oz? Is that what I heard?
Yes, the sequel is Die Hard Invades Oz. And we're not going to... We're going to use all the Die Hard movies as canon, not just one. We're going to, So if you want to
does that include, Travis? Does that include the new commercial they just shot?
I
haven't seen that. But
the Die Hard battery commercial.
Yeah,
the whole thing. We'll even count that Kevin Smith movie that he did with Bruce Willis. That was basically a Die Hard sequel. That wasn't a Die Hard sequel.
Are we just going to do all the Bruce Willis movies then?
Yeah, that Bruce Willis Invades Oz. I get it.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm writing the Hudson Hawk portion.
I want Armageddon.
I got that one. I love Armageddon with his cheesy self.
Oh, nice. This is always the best part of your chat and draws, is just the whole replay of everything.
Can you imagine him having to, not only did you have to make Scarecrow cool, Kyrun, but then Michael Watson had to then make him cool as well.
Mike made it better. What are you talking about?
There is the Kickstarter in there again as we're watching this develop, man. Like I said, we got a few backers on there. My thing with Kickstarters is there's plenty of ways to help that actually don't involve money. The one cheapest and best way to help is to share and advocate for it. We want access to your audience, man. We think that if you don't like it, but you think we're some cool people and you want to help us out, let us talk to your audience, share this Kickstarter, let them know that it exists. I think there's a lot of people that like Cthulhu and Wizard of Oz, and you put these two properties together and we get some wicked cool things like this Scarecrow that I got the pleasure of drawing tonight. The second thing you do, if money's tight, I know it's quarantine, man, you can give $1. I literally just 2 weeks ago with the FSK team, we did a $1-thon and we raised $803. So dollars help. We're never going to say no to that. And then, of course, find your pledge. Find a pledge level that you like. Get your items and go ahead and pledge to it and give us a share as well. So those are the ways you can help out with this Kickstarter. Go ahead, check it out. And I want to thank Kyrun for coming on here, Chuck and Travis popping in here. Here is the Scarecrow. Getting ready to lay down some of that magic might, no matter what. One man against it all. Yippee-ki-yay. Cop out. What? Cop out what? What are you talking about, Doomsmith?
Cop out. That was the movie. The Kevin Smith movie.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. You guys got any last words here?
Nah, this was great. This was fun as usual.
Yeah, CthulhuInvades.com. Check it out. If you want to learn more about what's going on, 9 o'clock on the Cthulhu Invades Oz Facebook and on YouTube, on Travis Gibbs' personal YouTube. We're going to announce a couple new pledge levels and a new creative team that joined the fray.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay.
That's what's up. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you all for tuning into this episode of Chat and Draw. It's always a blast to do these things. I've been learning about this thing called branding. So if you do like what's going on here, go ahead and give me a follow, a like, or even a dislike at Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at Most Epic Art. You can find me across all social media platforms with that name right there. I want to give a shout out to my Patreon members, because without them, I would not have a Patreon, and I actually got to get that cracking today. So Andrew Duggan, Haley Dennitz, Bradley Arney, Tom Kelly, Unlikely Hero Studios, and Kyrun Silva in the building helping me out with that Patreon. I need to get it updated because I am doing some new pledge levels on there to try to get some more people enticed by it. But this was a great episode. I want to thank everybody tonight. Don't forget to check out Cthulhu Invades Oz. It is wicked cool. We need just a little under $7,000 to hit this goal to make this bad boy happen. We got 15 days to do it. Support the cause. Let's get it in, everybody. And good night.